Oh god, go heck, they're alive. Whatever will we do? Nothing, just let them be dead. Ah, heck no. What did I just... Wow, what a perfect opening to a video. Vassy, here we come. Where did I leave off? Probably go ahead and get the next volume. Got a 5 and leave it at 5. First, music. Gotta get everything set up. Boop. Up. Oh hey, I already have the pause. How freaking great. And back. That's embarrassing that I had to AFK like immediately. Okay, so. Subject vitals are suddenly at maximum. Strength Alright. Strength seems to have been increased temporarily. Subject's revitalization from entropy debatable. Hostility has now been shown. Arm restraint is compromised. Remind loyal assistant that timing does not mean to loosen it up. Affirmative action is now sadly necessary. Putting subject to rest immediately. Other blue guy, take action. They're not a blue guy. Oh, never mind, I see. Still calling the frickin' science heck blue guy, huh? Body desecrated. Blood everywhere. Low and upset. Narrative style changing accordingly. You delegate the mess to your assistant, telling him that you are sure he will perform admirable work in cleaning it up and that he should know what to do from here. You know it would probably be better to do it yourself, but you just don't have any time to deal with these kinds of issues at the moment. Because tonight is going to be a big night for everyone. Enter name. Wow, that's a sudden change of pace. That's a very long introduction. Your name is Akias Kulinad. You are a very ambitious man, a man currently working towards planetary salvation. So, is this like a frickin' wait. Guess I can, like, delete these. Oop. Is it? Oh. Oh, it is. Boop. You have spent the majority of your... Blech, heck you. Almost at the end of the thing, right? Oh. I don't know, I'm being very disorganized in this. Haha, heck. You have spent the majority of your life attempting to find a way to bring back lost souls and properly revive souls from the dead, with the hope of eventually granting untethered immortality, which you have made a large stride in progress with over the last 2 weeks with the addition of lion blood, which you have discovered holds many potent life-bearing properties. is a gift constantly given to you for work purposes by your mate Sprit. So that means EO, what's her name, is its mate. Mate Sprit. You use this gift in order to test reanimation on the parasitic undead looking for a fresh new host to feed within around the wasteland with your side. A desolate skull-titan graveyard littered with the bones of many fallen beasts that weren't lucky enough to make it into the planet's core during their retreat. Ulysses, a monolithic annelid known as an O-worm, guards you from these walking cadavers for the small price of eating most of your haul and leaving you with slim pickings for your work. Your most recent success has been crafted with your now assistant, Rosw. You imbued him with lion blood and named him after the 4 blood types he was crafted with. He also needs to be replenished with lion blood every so often in order to continue living, as his body is not capable of self-maintenance or production as most living organisms are. Though he is much more even-tempered than any of your other test subjects thus far. He is just as unintelligent and lacking in consciousness. You have noted this may be because he never had a soul to begin with. Aww, that's sad. On a very off chance you aren't that busy with your work. Heck, gotta pause it. And we're back. Hopefully I can get this, more organized now that this place is in a complete freaking mess. Alright, where was I? On the very off chance you aren't busy with your work, you do have a couple lesser interests to keep you occupied. You regularly attempt to make contact with alternate dimensions of which you have never received an answer from, though occasionally you tend to hear what sounds like static through your multiversal communicator. The noise sticks in your mind well after you leave, but it is low enough to where it doesn't bother you if you don't think about it. You also spend time investigating the properties of your transmuted epiphyses cerebri, which popped up just after you turned 7 after a major traumatic event. With its opening, however, you have gained more visual insight into what you believe are the exact alternate dimensions you are trying to communicate with. Vague figures and apparitions appear out of the corners of this eye and are more numerous when making attempts to contact them. Tonight, despite this recent failure, you still believe you are on the verge of another breakthrough. You can see it. Your troll tag is Macabre Exude, and you speak with all eyes forward during conversation. What will you do? Oculus Rift, mourn the loss of your subject. You can't exactly oh god, that's a lot of blood. You can't exactly mourn the loss of the subject because the subject was never alive to begin with, not since you had him. His soul continued to remain lost, but you were so close. However, you will mourn the time that your associates spent stitching that body together for you only for it to be wasted in the end. No sedative can quell the raw power demonstrated once the subject comes back, especially when hostile. It was for the best that you ended him with this short-term relationship you had with him quickly. Arceus, examine the poster of Troll Body. This isn't a poster, this is a legitimate document salvaged from the Renaissance. Hundreds, if not thousands, of research hours in progress lost or utterly destroyed in the ensuing chaos that started to tear the foundations of the world apart. This was one of the few that survived for so long. It belonged to the main pioneer of the period who set the world up for glory, a vanguard who completely changed the landscape of society. This was his study of the ideal troll figure, as detailed by him. It had an awful hole in it, though. And an awful hole in it has an awful hole in it though. Shame you will never be able to know what goes there, at least not to a completely anatomically correct degree. Why would you want to? Arceus, examine parasite. Oh no. These creatures embed themselves within the host and kill them from the inside, taking hold of their minds and using whatever body they come across as an extended living period. Their lifespan is rather short otherwise. Once the host is completely drained, the parasite takes control, using it as a vessel while the body slowly begins to deteriorate and crumble, only functioning in a sluggish, zombie-like state without any free will. Once the corpse has been used to its limit, it leaves the old body to continue rotting and searches for a more recent kill to use as a personal incubator to lay its young within as the cycle begins anew. All these horrid, bleeding, disgusting husks that house bugs who only look after their own self-interest. It makes you sick, sickened with curiosity. These are truly despicable creatures, so despicable that nobody truly knows of their origin. They're quite the nuisance, but you somehow have a shared give and take with them. After their extraction, the cadaver is rather ripe for blood testing. You find it an interesting subject of study and have several pages of notes on them. Arceus, check computer. You haven't been able to really take a glance at your supercomputer very often anymore. As much as it interests you to speak with others, you simply just do not have the justifiable time to waste talking about nothing, at least not the people you know you can chat with whenever you want. Were you to actually get a message from someone other than this decaying ball of filth and disease, then you would respond post-haste. But that just hasn't happened yet. You decide to take a quick peek as Rogi continues to move the carcass. You can hear him wailing far into the background. Your Scorp theme is essential elements, and is an alternate version of the formative fundamentals theme. Both themes basically represent the same thing, but you prefer the cleaner cuts of this theme as opposed to the oddity of the other. You could probably call yourself a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to all the small details, which is why you keep your screen free of all clutter whenever possible. Speaking of which, something about your theme seems a little off. Seems like you have a new group chat messing up your system for some reason. Oh, and your mates message you. May as well check that too while you have a moment. Ooh. Where's our group chat? UG is a group chat? Huh. It doesn't seem right. But there's no other alternative? I don't know. This is interesting. I should probably... Boop! Boop! And... make sure everything's right. Play! Or don't play, okay. So, my question is, when are we gonna see Jack? When will Jack appear? I want to see the Jack Noir. I want to see Jack die. Okay, I don't want to see Jack die, but I do want to see what shenanigans he'll get into here. Alright, where was I? The Scorp theme is essential element, and it's the Arceus respond to Elsie. Bloob. Existir Oracle began trolling Macabre Exu. Well, I guess now I can actually think of a voice. Ah, phone. What is this? Okay, yeah, I don't have to mute. It won't say the phone number out loud. Is this Danganronpa music? Because I've only really heard one Danganronpa track, but it sounded like this. I swear. Existir Oracle began trolling Macabre Exu. Yes. Please answer. I really need to speak with you. I wouldn't have tried to bother you again so soon if I didn't think there was an emergency, but there is definitely an emergency, I think. No, not think. It is, for sure. Everything is bad. I'm kind of freaking out right now, and I don't like anything that is happening at all. It would be really helpful if you could come answer me. Akius, please? Akius! Akius, 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 you bitch! Akius doesn't even sound like a real word anymore. Oh wait, it isn't. Sorry, I didn't mean that. I'm just really stressed out right now. Where are you? What are you doing that takes so long? It's already been hours since we spoke earlier. I know you said you'd be busy, but do you ever take breaks? Something? Get over here! I'm probably going to have already died out pure panic and sadness by the time you get back to me. Maybe I should just go wallow in the mud until you get here. A cold, wet sludge really soothes my nerves. What? There you are! Yes, here I am. Why are you yelling and screaming and begging so frantically like this? Did I miss something? I don't think I was gone for that long, all things considered. You weren't, I guess. It's just scary when I really need to get in touch with you and I have literally no idea when you might respond to me again. Last time you took several days to get back to me, but you're here now, so that's a relief at least. And are you totally listening? I've got a lot to talk about. And you're not allowed to say you have to leave. You've got to stay and listen to me right now. Please calm down. I am incredibly sorry for the wait. I didn't know there was anything else important happening tonight, or that anything happened, period, to be completely honest with you. Are things happening? Things are very much happening, yes. After I finished talking to you earlier, I decided I'd go visit Archdrake again. Didn't exactly work out, like usual. I started to come back, but on my way I saw a huge meteor in the sky heading towards its hive. So I panicked and ran back to help him, but when I got there, the place was a wreck. And not like the meteor had actually struck or anything. It was all smaller damage than that, but it had completely vanished and Archdrake wasn't around anywhere either. So I looked at his computer to try and see if I could figure something out, and I found this big memo Mert had sent out and excluded me from about a game where I was supposed to be playing, and the meteors being relevant to that. All wasn't fun after I looked around for Archdrake a bit more, just in case. Oh heck. Why is this happening so often? Alright, hopefully my grandma will stop calling me so much. It's the worst when I'm freaking recording. Alright. That all wasn't fun, but after I looked around for Archdrake a bit more just in case, I head back home and figured I needed to talk to you about it, since I assumed you wouldn't have seen the memo either, because you don't look at things, and all this is kind of a big deal. That and I'm still pretty shaken up. Yes, I see it here. This all sounds incredibly hectic and bothersome, though. Must I really read this? You have not sustained a legitimate group activity for over 2 sweeps. For good reasons, if you ask me. If Borat and the rest of our friends wish to play, then fine, that is their thing. But I am really not interested. I am not a... what's the term? Gamer. It's not about being a gamer. Yeah, I don't really like the sound of it all myself, but I don't think this is a leisurely kind of game you have a choice in playing or not. If it's actually connected, and what I just saw is proof of that. So, yes, please read the memo and get back to me when you're done. Also, it might be good to note that you're going to have to be working with Calder. I don't think you have a choice in that either. That is... no. No what? Arceus check memo. No. Absurd, 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 dumb, absurd, pointless, pointless, dumb. Wait, what's this about death and destruction by meteor? What is this about being forced to leave? No, 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 no. This isn't happening. You are not leaving. You can't leave. Arceus, clarify. Macabre Exu began trolling Grandoy saturation. This is a high blood, isn't it? What do you know about this damn game? What does it mean, and what do you have to do with it? That sounds awfully accusatory and a bit sharp coming from you. Don't forget your manners, Goliad, especially if you're going to gripe about something you appear to know nothing about. I've no more or less to do with it than you do, nor do I in all likelihood possess any extra excessive bit of knowledge relating to it, other than the fact that it is undeniably real, of course. How could something like this possibly be real? This is pure fiction, an unlearned preschooler's desolate fantasy that can never be. What force could make such a ludicrous reach as the one described? Technology like that does not exist. Processing power code and data, even the state-of-the-art reality-warping games we seem to have are all purely simple figments of the imagination that we take part in. I do not believe it, and I will never believe it. Oh, and I thought that was a "the," like it was in some sort of cult. I do not believe it, and I will never believe it. Gorgeous sentiment, really. On any other night, I would fully agree with it. Unfortunately, even as much as I would love to express those very same opinions, I have already seen enough evidence to know that they are undeniably incorrect. As much as I hate to admit it for any reason, I am powerless in this situation, and so are you. You're going to have to put up with this just the same as me, and unless you want to simply perish as well cause the death of several others, there's nothing you can do about it. If you wish, you can continue to try and deny it. You can go on pretending it's a lie, but when the time comes for you to take action, there won't be any more excuses for you to hide behind. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a different game of my own to attend to in the meantime. We will meet again later. I'm sure you are looking forward to it. Grandoy saturation stopped trolling Macabre Exude. Well, heck. Yeah. This may not seem like the best time to interject, but the Prince of Blood is as good of a cast member as any to remind me that there is another thing about these characters I still need to explain to you all. As I said I would, he clearly needs a moment to think about what his next move will be regardless, so we must leave him some time to think about just what he will do. Besides, I am a keeper of promises. Even promises you didn't know were promises. That, too, is a promise. Explain Reptonian romance. Oh, gee. The reason that meeting our blood player reminded me to go back over this is because he is heavily entangled with the meaning of relationships, the bonds he has formed. This is something the entire species is invested within, for better or for worse. Frankly, it is one of the more complex systems I have observed over all of these cycles. The intricacies are so diverse and yet so consistent. We could call it uniform, but really, suit is a better descriptor. Yes, that was a joke, and yes, I am very proud of it. I feel the need to compare and contrast this set of emotional bonds with others I've noted because of just how diverse it is from all other forms of courting on the planet just before this one. But there is no point in engaging you with the concepts you have long since forgotten mattered. Just call it the personal itch of a narrator that is unable to feel such a thing in the first place. Reptonians split their feelings and desires into 4 separate squares, divided into representing positive and negative emotions in one division and strictly bonded or platonic relationships in the other. The name of the blocks are as follows: the flesh quadrant, the caliginous quadrant, the pale quadrant, and the ashen quadrant. We will be reviewing what each of these sides in the whole represent in detail, complete with visual aid. None of these quadrants have to do with general reproduction, which was explained earlier. Was it? Alright. Okay. But all these which have to do with the power all chose on this planet believe they have dwelling strongly within them. A power that controls their mind and body. A power completely indivisible, and a power that is the core of all choices made and all life given. The soul. These trolls strictly believe in the ideal that within 3 of the 4 quadrants presented that you have a soulmate. Another troll perfectly suited to either complement, oppose, or sustain you in a way no other troll you could find in the world possibly could do better. To some, it is believed to occur as a natural part of your journey through life. To others, it is completely unexpected happenstance that occurs at the right moment at the right time. And some more still, it is an uphill battle of constant dedication and search. But all believe in this force that brings them together in the end. No. But all believe in this force that brings them together in the end. As you can see with our cast, what a soul requires or wants from more amorous perspective has a tendency to more than often not be complicated. Oh, gee. Well, that's blue. That's probably because they're unsure. I think blue means unsure. Not sure. It's question mark. Wait, no, all of these have question marks. Then incompatibilities. And compatibilities are unmarked. Like actual happening ones, sorry. I don't know who this guy/girl is, but I'm interested in them. They remind me of one of the Friend Centrals, Tyzias, I think? Examine flushed quadrants. When the 2 individuals find themselves in the flushed quadrant together, they are said to be mate splits. This quadrant is one of a highly touted variety to acquire, and it is an achievement to have one of your own. Due to the high amount of personal growth one must have experienced to sustain it, it is considered quite the extensive effort to gain a partner of this caliber, though some have more luck finding their match than others. So this is the incident, right? Examine caliginous quadrants. Oh yes. When a pair of adversities delve into Freddy Freaker, shut the heck up. You too, Sonic.exe. Actually, no, this has a completely different vibe than the music used in that dumb game. This is actually pretty nice. I like it. When a pair of adversaries delve into this quadrant, they become each other's kismesis, a secondary romantic relationship founded on a potent and driven rivalry of sorts, where the parties pressure each other for their own betterment, not only for as trolls, but in their relationship as well. Unlike other quadrants, the bitter nature of this quadrant isn't solely sought after, but rather always gained on something spontaneous. Trolls do still believe that this quadrant can only ever filled by one person. One who truly has a nature to make you have such intense feelings of passionate disgust and concern, to make you question if what you are doing is truly the best thing for you. A relationship like this, more often than not, makes you face a grisly reality, but a reality that you perhaps needed to see. This quadrant is a tough burden to bear. However, if the circumstances align just right, it could in fact mean that through all the hate, you could end up the best person you can be. So, that's the high blood, right? They have no, that's Merton. Okay, so they're kismesis. Didn't realize they were actually like kismesis together. I could have just looked up here to see. Next, gee, there's a bug flying around. Despite this, okay, what is happening here? Are they okay? Oh no. Despite the explicit nature of the soulmate concept, relationships do still occasionally break and end. The sad fact of all romantic entanglements is that even ones who you feel could be yours forever could always turn out to be someone they are not, or someone that ends up having reservations for one reason or the other. Given the intense nature and selection process for partners in any quadrant, the majority of these splits are amicable. However, it is one of two massive planet-spread taboos to do this post-physical coupling. When two trolls officially couple sexually and cement themselves into their fully fledged red or black quadrant, the two are then emotionally but also chemically bound to one another in the process, to have and to hold one another for as long as they may live. After this act is complete, the couple must then frequent in each other's presence or suffer consequences likened to a sort of addiction withdrawal. This normally never happens unless the partner is extremely absent for long periods or perishes to another. Oh no. So you're saying they did that and she's upset because he's never here? Like always busy? Oh no. In the event that this happens, with or without support to help you through it, these symptoms can eventually be broken off through self-treatment and care. But it is an extremely tedious, long, and painful process. Though even with this help, the emotional attachment to the one you lose will never wither afterwards, and you cannot commit the second taboo of recoupling after loss. Arctic, are you... what? There can be rare occurrences where two trolls have some sort of dilemma in questioning the actual nature of the feelings they have between themselves and their proposed romantic partner, with this in mind as well. Such an example can include a falling out with a relationship with one or both parties believing that they are soulmates, but never really sealing the deal. This particular path can go one of two ways. Either the two end up reconciling and making their final decision over a period of self-discovery, or this alienation causes the feelings between the two to stagnate, especially if they were, in fact, truly meant to be in the first place. An even rarer situation is one in which a pair's feelings eventually become altered. This can go in quite a few ways, unlike the last example, though the common flippings are red to black or black to red. This has hardly ever been recorded to occur in many official cases, but can still happen were there to be a significant emotional change within a relationship. But while it is not taboo, this predicament in particular has the habit of being frowned upon when brought up, so most of the time it never is in the first place. Really, if a troll were to experience this phenomena, it would most definitely cause them to be highly questioning to who they are and what they want or need in their life. Most would rather forget about it than deal with it. Examine Pale Quadrant. Oh yeah, I forgot that was a thing. Is she okay? Like, when we left off with her, she was definitely not okay. We'll see. This quadrant presides over or allegiance, the other conciliatory relationship. This quadrant still fits within the rules presented thus far, but in a more platonic sense, and with a more specific social purpose given to it. The trolls we follow are just as dysfunctional and unstable as the planet they live on. Anyone with such a troubled and imbalanced existence needs a support system. In this case, one in which you air out your emotional grievances and they keep you from succumbing to yourself and to emotional ruin, or, in some cases, even death. Those within the Pale Quadrant act as that needed balance between one another, essentially being therapists to the wide variety of outcries a troll may have, which is a broad way to put it at best. Moirails are also bound to the duty of being a hoster of pity parties for the other half in the event whoever they have shared the quadrant end up widowed by dead or estranged lovers, and offer advice for them to utilize for the future. They are also heavily associated with what must be the oddest quadrant in the ranks. Examine Ashen Quadrant. Oh. This quadrant involves a particular type of three-way relationship of a more blackened nature. It is also incredibly noteworthy for being the only quadrant whose purpose is only supposed to be served part-time or short-term. When two trolls are locked in a feud or some otherwise contentious relationship, one can intervene and become their auspice. The auspice mediates between the two, playing the role of a peacekeeper and keeping the two parties, cutting the issues within a distance at all costs. This quadrant must almost always come into play only when the end of bonded relationship ends unamicably, as a fall from such an event when handled poorly can have catastrophic ramifications if left untouched, both with the trolls in question and in some cases an entire group, leaving only sections of trolls who feel one way or another about the issue, when really they should all be sticking together as a unit. Auspices can also be used to keep order within a group where two parties are ruining an experience for everyone else, not necessarily catering to a follow specifically, but making sure one never happens in the first place. Those with more rails normally have them come step in voluntarily to divvy up the needed personal space. Non-associated parties with those who need splitting may step in for a time until someone more reasonable comes along and take over the job. It is extremely taxing and high-stress work that you must be incredibly receptive with. Unless your aim is to have even emotions twisted and leave before your connections constantly at wit's end when a break this bad occurs, an auspice is absolutely required within the system. Boop. Cliques of trolls are very much the bread and butter of most of this planet, with a slow and steady demise of their environmental of their environment imminent. The growing of a group you can place yourself within is indeed a rather comforting fact to have in your mind. Relationships almost always is formed within these groups, and no matter what the nature of these relationships end up being to you, the fact that you even have a chance at making such a connection leaves one's soul at peace and with reason to remain alive. Boop. But there are those who feel otherwise. Ooh. Hello? Oh? Architect? Knew it! Those who feel that divergence occupy an emotional range that cannot be classified within a quadrant or a sense of attraction. Trolls who feel apathetic to their friends, romantic interests, and life itself, considered not a rarity but an abnormality amongst a rather generalized society. If for some reason a troll were to feel this way, they would have a recurring sense of nothingness within them at all times. The feeling that none of the choices they make, the words they say, the life they live regardless have no attachment or meaning to it whatsoever. Apathy is not obtained by choice, nor can you feel it at will. Some more empathetic trolls believe this to be at more of a brooding period in which someone does not believe they are ready for any attachments, romantically or otherwise, and is not usually permanent, but a majority are much less accepting and think of those with the issue as broken and unable to be fixed. The trolls who have this condition feel the same as these detractors. They are left with a sense of longing and need with no way they feel they can obtain it. They are left within a wide and hollow space which their souls float within ad infinitum. The space that seems to lead on forever with no end in sight. They are left to feel the same way. Our protagonist feels in every waking moment. That is a genius transition. Architect, take a look around. You really can't see much of anything from where you're at. It all just kind of blends together for you. That wouldn't even bother you too much if you had any idea as to what you're supposed to do next. I have been waiting my entire life to find you here! Yeah, fuck! Yeah, fuck to you too! Welcome to my home! You have made me in this wonderful place I live in! I am eternally grateful! Slither veins, we have talking slither veins! I can't... You know what? Yes, we do have those. Because by every conceivable metric, we should have any boisteringly vibrant serpents here. Which is exactly why these newly rationalized laws of physics, they need to be here, and they need to love me. Consider my fate accepted. You are very observant, and I like you. What do you want with me? I do not know why, but I have to tell you at least 3 things. Maybe more. I'll keep counting my head, along with all the blessings I don't have. Cool! The first thing is that you should check out that terminal over there. Why? I do not know. It is a mystery, but you gotta. Don't worry, I will not watch if it will make you uncomfortable. Yeah, please don't. Arctic, use terminal. You can feel the snake eyes pulsing into your back as you try to figure out how to turn this thing on. You place your hand on what looks to be an absurdly wide trackpad of some sort, and you are greeted with a familiar sight. Atomic Ebenpire? Okay, probably not, but it sounds like the same instruments used in it. Boop. Looks like a few things have been updated since your entry. You're now sitting pretty at a nice level 3, with a little bit of extra progress on the side. Your time limit has been reset to its maximum and doesn't appear to be ticking down. Where's the time limit? Gee. You must be in the clear for at least for a little while. The static from earlier still hasn't been cleared from the screen. You're going to have some choice words whenever you see the guy who you're pretty sure is behind all this. However, as another plus, you have gotten a few of your base level achievements over and done with. You don't really feel much achievement though, mainly on account of that pesky scorp icon bothering you. Arcjek, check in on fodder. Boy, oh boy. These are two conversations you aren't really aching to get into. Let's see if you can at least stomach the one, for her sake. Arcjek, enter LC. Existir Oracle, begin trolling animated humorist. Arcjek, are you there at all by any chance? Animated humorist is really running out of ideas for you. Just don't. You know why I need to not go any further at this point, right? Seriously, when are you going to turn these annoying little notifications off? It really just makes it so much harder to message you about important things, like I've been wanting to do for a while now tonight. Don't worry about the specifics, but okay, never mind. I know you know the reasons why I'm probably worried now. I wish I'd gotten to know it too, actually. It would have been real nice to get that information conventionally. But I think I've just gotten tired of going on and on, huffing and puffing about it at this point, and now I'm just sort of forcing myself to get over it. Alright, just when you get the chance, I think there's quite a few things you're going to need to talk about. Maybe, just go ahead and take a second to mentally prepare yourself for that after you read this. I know I'm going to need to. Existir Oracle, stop trolling animated humorist. This will be fun. Animated humorist, begin trolling Existir Oracle. We both know there's no mental preparation involved for moments like these. Frankly, I always find it even more insulting that you'd go off and insinuate that there was any way I would respond to you with a second thought rather than just going ahead and doing it. Let's give it a name. I'm taking the contradiction junction appeal. It will now and forever apply to every conversation I do or don't have. What say you? Oh my gosh, hey, I'm so happy to hear from you again. You should stop that. Fuck you, no! I have been avoided and spoken to by others and shoved around by filthy bastards and stupid fates all night long. I am allowing myself one solitary moment to enjoy the little things. Let me be happy. Hey, it's your unceremonial carcass shoveling. Sorry that I never got the chance to actually say anything to you about how Merritt gave you the double index though. Which is to say that he didn't give you a glance at all, which is just an almighty amount of stupid on the end of someone who thinks he is the impenetrable loaf of wily contradictions. Don't let him know I said impenetrable loaf. I do not want any more of his data ransacking viruses on my computer. Yeah, you really need to take care of that. I could barely navigate that mess. Wait, you've seen it? Yeah? I'm going to need some elaboration on this. Well, remember how I said there were some big things we need to discuss? I feel that's one of them that you deserve to know. I was out on some business and I just so happened to see the meteor heading towards your hive. I didn't know about the game at the time and the place was completely trashed because I just couldn't make it, so I went in and investigated. Were you the one who clinked my fucking window and made me fall 2 stories down into the mud? What? No? You are the worst liar by far on a planet full of them, god damn it. I'm sorry. Well, there we have it. Another mystery solved and another crisis of the unknown still waiting to happen as I prod further. What other events in my life have you been there for? You know, all life is full of mysteries. Some of them you'll never work out. Some of them you'll never work out one day just like that, and some of them you just never will, no matter you. Oh, some of them you will work out one day just like that, and some of them you just never will, no matter what you do. but the mystery we should focus on solving right now resolves more around the spooky situation we're in currently. I'm trying to figure all this out a little better. Where are you right now? I think I understand how you're so good at dancing. I'm not dropping this, especially since you almost land me a crumpled spine and a few other actions I'm ashamed to admit I partook in tonight. But the time is of the essence right now for everyone, I'm sure. So fine, I'll play your game within a game. I think I can clarify exactly what happened pretty decently with an amazing compounded phrase of emotion and grit that simply put as, I don't fucking know. Part of the reason I never thought to contact you myself is because the game and Taz both simultaneously got the drop on me. Please don't make me think of her right now on top of everything else, I beg of you. If I had to suffer through it, then so do you. We played through under Merritt's layout of the rules and what we got from a non-virtual tutorial within the game's UI, which I don't know how exactly I got in the first place. That process is what led me to the destruction of my humble abode and took me into the game. I don't know how, but I've been told by Zifan Peru, who is my dead in a breath, that this is a planet crafted towards my underlying will or something. Defender, who doesn't of what? You have a planet? He's a big Decronian looking bastard made of wind that I released from a big box and can make worlds appear literally out of thin air. I bet he'd make that joke too. Why? I can't even comprehend this. Oh, don't worry, you don't need to comprehend it because it's a game, LC. What game isn't made to have a load of pointless bullshit that you fondle your knob skinners about with until you reach the point where it deems you smart enough to move forward? A good one? Well, this isn't a good one thus far. Sorry to break it to you early. I think even the most enjoyable games might be kind of ruined by forced participation via death threats. Which reminds me, I kind of saw some weird symbols scattered around in the memo. Were those actually a part of all your game entering whatevers? They're actually kind of familiar. They've been a part of my life since I was young. I wasn't super surprised to see them because I got my own theory as to what's going on here. I kinda had to let Taz in on it for us to get even our game to work properly because I had no other place where these personal codes of mine could have ever been. Then it lines up with what's here. What lines up? I don't think you remember it, but there's this book I had read. It's been a part of me for my entire life. I won't get into what it's about or who wrote it because I don't think it would be important, but I think there's a lot of circumstantial pieces to it that I never could have processed simply growing up. There are also a lot of pages missing, ripped out. It never occurred to me just this was meant to be. Even now, I never thought it meant much of anything past using it for crafting enchantments for use on my staff, but there is way too much here in conjunction with what I now know for it to not align. Are you saying you have legitimate answers to these lofty riddles held over our heads? I'm saying that I think of this game. I'm saying that I think this game might actually be bigger than any of us were really thinking. I was planning on telling everybody what I found in the new memo. I was even planning on being the bigger person too, not being a staunch bitch and letting her and yes, even him in. Of course, you'll be there too, but I think this is more so for the others that haven't gotten in yet. Again, just don't question it for right now. I promise I will lay it out in the memo here soon. You really do raise up a lot more questions than you answer. I really don't know what to think of all this right now. You're just going to have to trust me, I think. After you've probably been stalking me for who knows how long, it isn't like that. I just wanted to meet you. I didn't know how else to do it, and I still couldn't even make that work. Promise you that there was nothing creepy about it, as that was intended. Besides it being absolutely weird and creepy no matter how you look at it. Oh my god, shut up. Hey, I'm surprisingly not actually all that mad about it. I mean, if I had to choose from the lemming pickings for one of the few people I still force myself to respond to, I could see us making something work under the right conditions, i.e., something that isn't like what happened tonight. When we talk again in a non-stressful environment, that lets us just, well, be. Talk to me again. Talk to me again about it, but right now, I have to get back to the wondrous world of whatever the fuck I'm supposed to be playing. There's a Technicolor snake just waiting to try and be a better friend to have than you. I'm going to have to give him a shot, probably. I'll try to keep in touch. Also, I'm serious when I say stop worrying about me so much. You're just going to get hurt that way. Animated humorist stopped trolling at Existir Oracle. Shit, I forgot to mention this loser! Shit! Alright, that was exhausting, but I'm not gonna stop until I reach page 500. Or I'm forced to get off against my will. But I do need a short break. Heck. And we're back. Boop. Architect, read messages from Taz. Here we go. Not as long, but probably spread. Yeah. Pernicious began trolling animated humorist. Congratulations, you made it into the game. Animated humorist, it's really just disappointed in you at this point. Yeah, you're welcome. I have a few choice cuts of all the shit you spewed that I need to push back with. As much as neither of us wants on it, you don't just get to leave again so easily. First off, don't you ever use my full name again, or I'm going to have to churn out a whole brand spanking new method of misery for me to slug you through if I ever see your disjointed flappy sack of a face in person again. Second, you really have to work on your timing. That box fiasco should have kept you so far away from the objective that you start to falter. Granted, neither of us could have expected that to happen, but regardless of how shaken you were or if you didn't want to go in, there was no other choice we had in the matter. I wasn't just going to let you fumble what we worked towards at the last second, so I did what I had to do, like always. After you went in, I was immediately put into your position, got paired up with fucking Livon, just as he said I would. Half-baked, smarmy ass holler temper. At the very fucking least, you properly chuck back to what I sling your way. I'll damn myself if I get even one opinion out of his inconsistently moving canine jaws. He hasn't changed one bit since the split. But that's where I'm at currently. I'll be going through the same shit as you, I'm sure. Maybe in that respect, we really aren't going to end up so differently after all. Respond to me when you get the chance so that I know I didn't kill you. Boop. Yeah, sure. Architect, finish up talk with Colorful Snake. Alright. Alright, guy. I think I saw everything I need to see at the terminus. That was one out of a supposed 3 things you need to tell me. Just have the next 2 for me. Quicker you do, the quicker I don't have to keep talking here. So, chop chop, or I guess hiss. One of the 2. I mean, both of the 2. Just say both of the things you need to tell me, alright? Is Guy my name? I don't know, man. Come on. You didn't think Slithervein or Vibrant Serpent was your name. Why would you take a liking to Guy? It's just the most plainly neutral thing you can call someone you probably won't see again. My go-to for predicaments like the one I'm in right now. But I don't think that is true at all. I am sure we will meet again. And what makes you so sure? It's the wind. As long as the wind blows, I know you are here and can be found. It tells me many things. It can be going any way, but that doesn't really matter to me. What really matters is my amazing new name. It's just so namely, and it has so much guyish charm. You must have a very active imagination. I really don't. If anything, I'm about to have a very active scream into these forsaken winds called a spirit guide if we don't keep this conversation on the tracks. That's okay. I'm sure the wind would love to hear from you, but that was the second thing, actually. You're kidding. Nope, I just really wanted to be named by an aspect holder. Aspect holder? That is you! It really was my dream come true these past few minutes of being alive, and I already have a cool name, and I fulfill my lifelong wish. I can die happy, but you can't because you need to follow this cool path we are on here. That's the third big thing. The winds told me that one for sure. That was actually my first guess, because I don't think it could have been drawn out any further. Pretty convenient, huh? You have to go down there and you have to find a special place. Is there anything actually special about this special place? There are going to be creatures waiting to, as you would say, fucking kill you. Wow, that is special. Right? Do you have a weapon handy for potential brawlings? Archjack, equip yourself. Well, I don't really have a weapon, but I do have what basically amounts to a stick with a dull blade that makes me fall down a lot. Excellent choice! Oh wait, where are you going? Oh, right. I thought... Oh, gee. Who are you again? Receive your first quest from a consort. I want to see the other achievement things, actually. First things first. Milestone achieved, gain level. The talk. Meet your denizen and form your personal land. From hell and back. Avert meteor crisis and enter the medium. Oh yes. I thought you knew just by how you're talking to me. You gave my thing to do, and sure enough, here I go to do it. Apparently I'm going to be living out a dream of mine too. I'm just going to go out into the wild and become a goddamn aspect holder, or whatever you said, with no skill or effort required. I'm going on an adventure, the good old hero's journey, just like old times. Oh, well good. Do you even know what the secret place looks like, though? I'm sure I'll figure it out. This planet is blurry, black, and white. I'm sure it won't end up being hard to miss. Well, that's not how I see this place, but if you say so, I guess. Be safe, I love you. Hey, can you never say that to me again? Thanks. Can do. So... he's like blinded to the world or something. The world looks different, but than how he sees it. But we're not gonna see how it looks until he sees it the same. Wah! Hey, are you good? You don't normally space out like that. I'm fine. We need to keep moving. Alright, regular codes or input got a pillar things too. So that was so that first set was the totally easy parts. Now we just have to deal with the obnoxiously not so easy part of figuring out where the other set is. So apparently that's supposed to be something different each time. I don't have any magic dream gifted papers just lying around anywhere. I can't think of anything else I've seen around here that even remotely resembles those symbols. So fuck if I have any clue as to where else these codes could possibly be. That's sad. Well, while we're figuring that out, I might be a sec trying to finish up something else too. You better not still be playing that ridiculous game, because if you are, I will not hesitate to bust your stupid, delicate device and shove it down the throat of one of your silk creature replicas. No. I am definitely not doing that. And I am also not doing it with merit still, especially not after multiple attempts. You are the absolute worst at taking anything seriously at all. Your attention span is practically on par with the lifeless figures you stitch together. No, actually those stuffed hides have more going for them than you do, because at least they can sit in one place for a long period of time without running off to something else. Isn't that the other blue guy? Oh. Oh no, it's not. He actually does do something like that. Heck. Who's UK? I mean, yeah, but it's fun. It's fun though, and technically he did have my attention first. Oh, did I tell you about our first fake high five? That was cool. Keep your focus here, or both of our lives are at stake, or I'll come down there and make your life, and especially his, a living trial of torment for what fraction of it remains for all of us. I already had to divert you away from that unholy apparatus once. Thank God someone here has the ability to care about what they are doing, or else you would still be stuck with your gaudy chamber of busty animal carcasses in despair and not notice me until it's much too late. Oh wait, that just happened. Gosh, okay, fine. It isn't that bad, actually. Just because you don't like to have fun doesn't mean I can't. This isn't a game! Well, actually, shut up! There's got to be some sort of clue around somewhere, right? There better be, otherwise you're going to have an actual fucking problem. Isn't that like why you came out here in the first place? No, we came out here because my loyal custodian sucks shit straight from the top of a bellowing regal anus and won't shut up either. She's making such a racket. Hope you enjoy this rasper's chittering noise because this is my every night. Can't even think with all this panic squabbling. Hold on. OC, begin memo. Oh no. Can I just... I want to stop. Just here, Oracles. Create a group memo. Blah blah blah. Reconnect thinking time. Yeah. And then Class Kahuna just left immediately. Oh yeah, just leave. By the way, thanks for letting me know about this game. I really appreciate it. Goodbye. Okay. Know this is all extremely sudden and random, and that most of you don't really know me or probably even want to for that matter. There's a lot I could try and say to placate you all into the fact that I am a good person you should think is good just because we all share the same group fodder, but there's no point in trying that right now. What you need to know is that I am here to help give you some information. There's plenty of information that was already given to you about the game itself earlier, and yes, that is great, and I'm sure it's been helpful for what you generally need to know, but there is a part of the puzzle that is hidden away out of plain sight. One that I know you all need that's missing from what you've been told so far. This may sound sort of sketchy, but I've just come to the conclusion that you're going to have to roll with it. Just for now, if nothing else ever. So, for those of you unaware, here is a skinny. My name is Elsie, and I have this big important book full of interesting and mystical stuff for as long as you can remember that's covered page to page and a bunch of odd information. A lot of it seemed to be directed at me specifically from someone close, and it's helped me a lot growing up in more ways than I can count. One of the sections in here has some vague hints that are supposed to help you find what you need for this game. If there are no objections, I think it would be for the best for all of us if we got the show in full swing. Oh, please! What relevant information could he possibly possess that Turkin did not already relate to us in his own memo? At least with him, I am well aware of the credit he holds with his information, as disreputable of a sort he may be. I'm not surprised that he made an early exodus. I'll give you points for at least being self-aware, though, to assume that this out-of-the-blue advance appears rather unorthodox at best from an outside perspective. But points are meaningless when it doesn't amount to anything. If I were you, I would go ahead and stop before I embarrass myself further. We have everything that we need without your assistance. I'm pretty sure you don't, and maybe you should hear me out and let me finish instead of being a chauvinistic jerk about it. I'm pretty sure I told you to stop trying. No, I didn't mean to type. Forget I said anything. No, wait, please don't go. This is important for you too. You don't even know my name or who I am. There's no use for me here. You didn't even know my name either until now, probably. That's something we could connect over. Step, forget it. Bye. They silence themselves and unsilence. I hit the wrong button, don't say anything. Then they leave. Well, you certainly sold me on your ability. I'm being facetious, of course. A sale was never on the table. Let me know when you learn to retain information. Alright. Hey, live hand, there's someone agreeable. Oh yeah, super agreeable 100%. But you said you got some hints? I think I could use this right about now, actually. We're a little stuck. Don't tell Taz I said that, though. Stuck with what? Those extra personal codes. Taz has no idea what they are. She's tried tearing apart her hive for them for a while, punching down walls and stuff. I have to admit, it was kind of a neat spectacle for what it was. That honestly sounds terrible and horrifying, but whatever you say, I guess I came just in time, huh? Then, huh? Guess so. Okay, well, it's not really a direct answer. I've got a series of short phrases that are probably some sort of location indicators, so I couldn't tell you what exactly it would be on my own. I think at least they are listed in the order Merd gave for everyone to start playing in, so it should at least be easy to figure out which one applies to you. So it says we've got accepted, line it up walls through the static where the Baron meets the bloom, a place of fading color, the sign of the end, a sister document, a guiding light, apparition, and the darkened floor. I'll admit, I'm not even sure where to start with this myself. That's all I have on it thus far, though. Oh god. I forgot the voice to do for her. So basically, you have a kind of sort of type of player's guide. Some of you guys just get all the luck with this sort of thing. I know I am also included in that lucky streak, but man, I'm still trying to pick up the pieces that only through the slice of avails. Really, I'm surprised we're still chugging ahead with this because me and a few others kind of know squat on the subject, even with the aid. With that, I can definitely reaffirm your suspicion that we probably need this, but doubly reaffirm the notion that we need more of the true facts if you got them handy. By using my keen mind, I'm certain we are probably going to have to think outside the box for these things. So the only way to get these true facts is if we hold true to the sensibility that we are true enough to see this process, though. Truly. I have a true fact. Finally! Please feed me the truest truth. Pause it for a second. Rick. And we're back. Finally, please feed me the truest truth. You're weird and you say weird things, like a lot. What? That is a lie! I reject your truth! Everyone I have ever met has told me I'm the cool and the best! Fuck off! Oh no. Alright, that's enough of that. Stop it, all of you! We've been spotted. I thought I could dodge into the chittering. I was wrong. There was no handling it. Livon, you're supposed to be helping me figure this shit out, not continuing the big conversation around. We do not need your help. We do not need help, and we do not want help, especially from you. I think I'm actually just gonna stop for now and finish this tomorrow. Yeah. I'm honestly just tired of doing this, but I guess that means I won't read Hexane tomorrow then. Boop. Hopefully I don't mess up and, like, think I already read this page. Yeah. I'll record the second part of this tomorrow. I don't need to do an outro. The cut is going to be instantaneous in the finished video. Heck. Well, it's now the next day. I'm starting like a frickin' hour before I started recording yesterday. So I'll have plenty of time to finish this. Hopefully. I should probably get back to the page. Boop. Go ahead and so that doesn't get in the way. There. Yeah, this will be fun. Boom. Okay, no. Ah, okay, sure, fine, whatever. Just like that. Eh, maybe I'll leave it at 4. Alright. Sanjuine Allegory has rip post to Rinkadink Thinking Time. I don't know who this is, actually. Alright, I'm really sorry to interrupt further, but cross-referencing the order Murd mentioned, I may have some insight into at least what I'm assuming to be my own clue. Though I suppose it won't be needed for a while. I just thought maybe it would help everyone else have more of an idea of what they might be looking for. Elsie, you said you got this out of some old book given to you, right? Yeah, I do. Well, I have some things of my own. These old scrolls that I acquired some time ago, most of which I cannot read, but it might be possible that one of them is a sister document spoken of. I've been getting Albion to translate them, but she is incapacitated for the moment, I believe. Oh, hey! I didn't expect to see you here. We haven't spoken in a good long while. I know this may come off bad to you, so just bear with me here, but I'm actually really excited to play this game just so we have the chance to catch up a bit. It feels like ages have gone by since the cottage project. Hello again. It has been a while. I'm sorry for not doing a better job with keeping in touch over time. There's just been so much learning for me to do. I'm glad for the opportunity to speak more with you again, but I can't say I'm feeling very excited about this game. It's all rather frightening, really. I sort of can't stand it. Yeah, we get you. Don't worry, we won't let anything happen to you. I saved you once, I'm sure I can do it again. You two are way too nice for my own good. If you bunch of sapsuckers don't can the smooch, I am going to vomit on the ground. It will be incomprehensible how much vomit there actually is on the ground. I will barf out every last organ I have lying inside me. Can you take a moment to actually calm the fuck down? Can you take a moment to actually do something worthwhile in your twisted terrain of baseless reasons to live? There are more people here who want to know what's going on. You already have an idea of what's happening. I only added you in here to try and consider the fact that you would want to be helped. How evil and selfish of me. Blech. It isn't about that, and it isn't about you either. You're personally causing an issue by causing unacknowledged with help. But this entire this entire league of uncoordinated miscreants is the issue at large. And you, along with everyone else, are the prime pieces of work that damage the group by trying. Heck. Yeah, hold on. Let me just try this again. Lo-fi hip-hop beats. And you, along with everyone else, are the prime pieces of work that damage the group by trying to make things better when you only make things harder for all of us to comprehend. You people all disgust me with how none of you consider the circumstances. This isn't the moment for you to be happy or banter without aim. You should be preparing, and you should fear what's coming. Because I do. And they're dead. Shit. Sorry guys. Duty calls, I'll check it later. Keep safe. Oh, why do you always have to do that? You might have actually gotten rid of, our only chance to figure out this puzzle. A puzzle that you can't solve, mind you. I'm not going to lie to other people just to spare their feelings. Telling others that things are going to be okay when there's no reason for it it's much worse than anything I could do or say to them. They'll live. I'm also not going to lie. We could have used that help because we are cutting it down to the wire. Look up. Taz, look up. How close is it? Oh boy. Tensions are rising. Did I unbookmark? No, I didn't. Remove. Boop. And she can't take it anymore. Mink Mom, retreat to where it's safe. No! Stay out of here, you brine sack weasel! You know what will happen if you jump! Wait! Oh no. Creatures feast. Oh! Taz screamed. Fine, just fucking go! Leave! You are always holding me back, you useless waste of flesh and blood! I spent so much fucking time keeping our bond intact and controlling your urges! I kept you safe, and this is my fucking payoff! Then fine! Fuck you! Just fucking leave and die already, you dumb fucking animal! Taz, calm yourself. You just lost your caretaker. You aren't going to be able to cool off that easy, not without a pity party or two. A bond with a custodian is just as strong, if not sometimes stronger than a bond within every quadrant. Although, right before you are about to get back on the job, something about the massacre she just endured gets your attention. Taz, realize. Oh! Ooh. Oh, you have got to be fucking kidding me! Alright, what the hell? Whoa, hey, what's going on with the... Oh, shit, that could in no possible way be good. Honestly, wow, are you okay? You don't sound okay. Oh, yeah, you definitely aren't. Taz, input codes. Just hug the rock. Oh yeah, I'm great! Top of the line, whatever line there is, I'm an expanse above it. Absolutely super! Wait, what? How are you putting these codes? How are you putting these in? Where do you get these codes? I don't know! Where do you think I got them? I'll give you a hint, it wasn't at the fucking candy district. So, does that mean she was right? I don't care about if she was right! I don't care about the fucking hints, okay? Don't you care that this is kinda big deal? Do you know what I care about right now, Lalondw? I care about you getting me off this hollow shell and into the medium. That's where my mind is at right now, and that is where it's going to stay. Do you fucking hear me? You're kind of freaking me out. Seriously, it feels a little harder to breathe. Good! Then do we understand each other? We're in a scary situation, and if you aren't a little scared, then you don't know the gravity of it. You now have the gate pieces. Set me up with the final pieces in place. The Sylph of Rage and the Knight of Space have finished their preparations for entry. You're seriously gonna give Lalondw a heart attack, you know? After loading in the personal codes found within the lined-up blood of her custodian, a new item appeared within her inventory and, when interacted with, opened a text window containing a series of numbers. With the exception of the first and the last to enter, this is meant to be a standard part of the Etchalizer process. This allowed her to now place and solve the final puzzle, the one of her specific Paragon repository. Upon sight, she knew what she wanted to do. Despite the claims of her ignorance from her server player, the client insists that he places her now activated portal in front of the opening of her torture fort so that she may square up with her denizen on her own terms. With the portal currently active, but the denizen of rage unreleased. This would make the portal inoperable, with neither of them able to leave. Oh. They were trapped? The sylph was alone. Wait. Oh, she's a sylph of rage? Oh no. The sylph was alone, faced against a locked and broken cage with no key, with the very thing she normally fights to obtain nowhere in sight. She went with using alternative methods. She had all the seemingly correct tools for the job, all the raw strength required to bring this unholy block of tetanus back down to a microscopic level, and yet none of them worked on the old rusted holding cell. Her time was almost up, and there was only one thing that she could think of left that she could try at this point. The only problem was that she didn't have it with her. She left it outside in the mad dash to finish what she started. She had no alternative this time. She needed his help. She yelled and screamed and pleaded, something she never wanted. But to her surprise, she got it. Oh gee. Real. And it set her free. Oh my. It's time to enter. After entry, the two speak endlessly until an impasse is met. You sure have a big mouth for someone who has experienced so little. Oh, I see. So you're still saying you know me better than I know myself, and to take that lying down? Well, please forgive me for saying that. I don't take such a lofty claim on the high-end variety of fucking goddamn bullshit so lightly. Tell me, do you know my favorite flavor of pinball fuel? How about how I obtained my prizes in the 39th unbarbed match? It was a big event. Surely you would know that, wouldn't you? Do you know what sort of moral stance I take on with all this guff you're presented me with? That's an easy one. Come on, you know me. I basically just spelled it out. Cease. Enough. Your problems are yours and yours alone. Whether you believe that or not rests upon you, but I don't think you have it in you to change. If you continue this behavior, then all that awaits you is misery. But maybe that is what your incredulous mob feeds upon. I have never once met a personality that exemplifies everything wrong with what it means to hold this power. You have a lot to learn and you deserve no help, but because I am in your debt for my release and bound by the rules set by my superior, I will sadly be stuck to you throughout your journey. I'm truly and utterly ashamed for anyone you may have within your field of relationships. You deserve the way you currently feel, and you deserve what suffering awaits you next. We are done here. Lalondw, begin your own preparations. I'm gonna take a quick break to get a drink. But this is getting really interesting. I wonder if we really are gonna get everyone in. And back. So, Lalondw, begin your own preparations. Woo. So, you're playing with this frick. You make it back alright. I'm assuming this is what your game is, because apparently it still isn't our game. But now it is. But it is now the game. You just lost the game. I have it now on my first laptop. It's a little more fair this time. Why you left it in the middle of it all, that is... I was dealing with shit. I still don't know how to describe her. Not then, not now, probably not ever. Could it potentially be that it's hot? No, so never. Gross. I've spicked and spanned myself all over. Unknown secrets right now for you, glue hound. Always easier. always easier going back than going forth. Straight up because I can't play the cube 2 times in one go, you know? Almost more like I'm putting on my remembrance thanks to my plays. Reasons? Let me just press on that fucking backflips. Pure grade trap tango routine. I still don't really know how you did it so fast though. I did a lot of backflips. Question. Well, I said it. Well, I said I wasn't taking any of those anymore. So please, it isn't about anything dumb, so it qualifies. Big accepted. Finger guns. Thanks. Why did you leave Elsie's memo even though it was important? No need to be there, to be honest. It's in my opinion. Okay, but I just want you to know she is my friend too. I've known her for a long while actually, and she got mad when you left. More than when the others left. I'm not a big fan of how everybody treated her. She doesn't deserve it, and the whole thing just felt weird. That is all I'm saying. Look, man, you is just gotta get to trust me on this one, is all I got to say on it. Besides it being weird and uncanny no matter how you look at it. Shit the fuck away on that there. You'll know when you know. You should know that better than anyone else because of circumstances, I guess. Now come on, tell me. You ready to play? Yeah, the game just popped up. That is why it messaged you to see if you're back and ready because I'm ready. Uh, heck, frick. I just realized I forgot to turn on the music when I was recording just then. Boop. Because I'm ready. Not feeling it. Said, is you ready? I'm ready. Fucking ready! I'm ready. Then let's jam. Earlier, elsewhere, the highest sea-dwelling blood left alive on the planet swirls his wine in contemplation. He wonders if these people truly know what they're getting into. He wonders if they know why they were chosen for this task, because he knows the reasons all too well. Enter name. Your name is Kelder Karayan. I don't like this guy, but I like doing the voice for him. Let's see where this goes. And you also know that as much as you try, you will never acquire the taste for this clock, no matter how high the quality of its fermentation is. Oh my god. Kelder, examine block. He looks so much awkward like that. Like, look at this. Looks really well drawn, right? Everything's freaking great. But, next panel. He looks so uncanny! No. You stand up and move away from your perch in order to survey the area around you and indulge your mind with the posh structure of this room, which is absolutely not your respite block. But your throne room will do just as well in allowing us to survey your very dignified set of interests. Oh boy. Where even are you? Are you under the sea? Under the sea. Your life is secured as not only a sea dweller, but because you hold the highest shade of violet blood remaining on the hemo spectrum, magenta. Ooh, that's new. A gift given to you by your ancestor. A gift which leaves you as a social pariah by association due to his unbridled jealousy. These actions led to the genocide of 99.9% of your subspecies, including the decimation of the entire fuchsia blood caste, and led to the fall of the government as a whole, leaving the current world as a corporate, moderated anarchy. Morality and word of mouth are the broken legends legs Repeton makes a... Hmm? Oh. So we're all gonna die then. Morality and word of mouth are the broken legs Repeton makes an attempt to stand on, but in your humble opinion, the planet is already dead. Your goal is to undo the mess he made and become a powerful leader yourself, sending society into a new age with instated law and legislation. You make strides towards this goal by using your endangerment as leverage to publish slanderous periodicals, speaking on topical issues while harshly criticizing those who disagree with what you put out into the public. Even from his shadow, you are regarded as overly self-important. But that exact attitude has given you a legion of admirers amongst the scoffing crowd. Ones that agree with your ideals and see the facts for what they truly are. You take the time to participate in a number of high-class sporting events, and you think your swing is about as big as your drive. You never had the itch to go into any competitive field, though, as physical sport has fallen out of favor with the general public in exchange for the virtual. A luxury you also partake in as needed, but a luxury you also feel overstays its welcome in this day and age. You also have the occasional urge to make exquisite cuisine, specifically to try and find a reasonable meal that can pair well with your overly expansive collection of wine. You haven't found one yet, and to be frank, you can't really cook well at all, but there has to be something that works well with that horrid drink. It's always a matter of time with you, if not if. Your troll tag is grandiose saturation, and you renounce the use of a quirk, as much as you denounce nautical lingo. Ah, you don't need to question what you're going to do. You already know. Calder, reclaim the throne. There's quite a bit more to it than that, sadly. In fact, staging such a huge move would be one of the worst things you can do. There has been such a prolonged period without any sort of regulation that just forcing your way in and changing the landscape of the world at large would simply cause a mass mob of panic and emotional outrage. Your manner is much more methodical, a slow drip of influence amongst the people that will allow your name to shine through when the moment is right. Not that it matters anymore, the moment for that sort of action is already off the table at this point. As much as you didn't want to acknowledge it at first, you're meant for something much bigger than this planet. And regardless, this throne was not yours. Calder, reveal the original owner of your dwelling. Are they very slightly blushing? No, that's just me dying. The man himself. Your hive was once the original residence of the now forever infamous Khazar Consularatus Perzolas. Perfect pronunciation! A completely silver and gold crafted airlock manor beneath the darkest pit of what is now known as Black Depths. It's a shame that gold is a worthless metal now thanks to him. It has no value other than to look fancy and pretty, which, you will admit, it still does rather well. Normally those few remaining of your kind get a little more leeway in the crafting and selection within the slim pickings of hives your planet has, but you decide that this need to be your estate on a matter of principle. Most, if not all, trolls do not have the luxury of knowing who their ancestor was, much less live in the very squatting they inhabited. But if you had the choice, you would ensure that luxury was never given to you in the first place. Calder, finish your wine already. You have been sitting here and trying to do exactly that for the last few hours. This is your finest bottle, so purely crafted that you can't even pronounce the name. You felt it would be fitting to celebrate the festivities by taking one last drink, but alas, it just won't be happening. It's of no real matter, though. It definitely was not the part you most desired to do as you take one final moment within these walls. Calder, take a moment to admire your work in publication. Oh no. Sideline, Anthropore Municipality. The dark game that ruined the outlook of its... It's literally just Troll Toontown. You're passing stock. Where did it come from? Where did it go? Where did it come from? Kind Joe. Hulk Hogan. There's nothing waiting for us on the other side, brother! To the left of the room, you find the latest and likely final run of the sideline. You, you begin this as a way to have the public commend the 12-star men of this world. 12 is a perfect number where you are from, after all. But the true reason you began this magazine was to start a conversation. A conversation about how this planet is a wasteland of failure and misery, and that these people need a real 12-star man such as yourself to reset the political landscape and mold it into a proper system of checks and balances and all of that other stuff. You don't have the time or energy to... Bleh. What do I... This is a nice song. I like it. But, where was I? But the true conversation about how this planet is a wasteland of failure and misery, and that these people need a real 12-star man such as yourself to reset the political landscape and mold it into a proper system of checks and balances and all that other stuff. You don't have the time or energy to manage the printing yourself anymore, though. In fact, you barely do much of anything personally on it at this point because you have people for that. People who know what you're looking for and see your vision through. The one constant, though, is the amount of scantily clad women used in each issue. Nudity is not something your species finds inherently arousing, but it certainly does give each issue that spark to get readers coming in on shock value alone. Really, then? You frickin' heck. Calder examined ship in a bottle. You are still very impressed at how well this little project came together in the end. A fond regard of craftsmanship is not something that has ever been lost to you, especially when you are able to do it yourself. This was made at the urging of one of your once blackened soulmates. She expressed interest in you trying something new in order to get out of your head. Something that only goes to show how little thinking she did on her own. That's mean. No. You heck. Calder traversed corridor. What are those pictures of? Your friends? No, those... Maybe. Ooh. But, oh god, you seem like you acted so different before. Like you actually spend time with the people you care about. You're like, so, you seem so happy then, like you were enjoying yourself. Or at least, like you were trying to hold back a smile in a lot of these. Aww. These are adorable. At the end of the hall, you finally reach an elevator which will take you above sea level to your grand fairway. One of the few minor extensions you have made to this dump in your self-obliged time here. You think you have done just about enough in this high for one lifetime, spent the entirety of today taking one last look at Rosw, where a majority of the rooms on each floor are worthless and the memory of them no longer serve a purpose to you. An old friend of yours once said that memory should be cherished and saved, but the more you grew up, the less true his words became. As soon as you step into this elevator, you are going to leave the past behind and spend the last few hours how you want, and this time, nothing will stop you from deciding how you do it. S. Calder, elevate. Uh, ooh, fish. Seahorse. Aw. Wow, that's some really smooth animation there. This is the most entertaining elevator ride I've... Oh god. Oh gee, that's freaking huge. Are you even going anywhere? It doesn't seem like you're really moving up or down. Okay, there. You were going up, okay. That was the most entertaining elevator ride ever. Boop. Calder, arrive. Actually, wait. Can I'm gonna give that a like, but I wanna see the comments on this. This is the most entertaining elevator ride I've ever seen. Boop. Wait, did... Oh god, that is... yes, it's skin 30. Oh jeez. This is... Whoa, wait, this animation is too smooth for a hope like. I got taken off guard. Oh gee. Oh jeez. This is freaking great. Why do I have 2 notifications? Oh, look at them later. Enough delaying. Calder, arrive. You emerge to the grand fairway. Scattered around the large playing field are obstacles as numerous as they are fanciful and dignified. You believe you have designed the perfect set of challenges and patience-enduring feats to truly make your perhaps final game of grandiloquent garden croquet XVIII hold a shot of a lifetime. You like to stick to the 18th iteration's rule set the most out of current 24 available for play. Most trolls who participate in events tend to switch over to the newer styles, but to you they just don't retain the same kind of majesty found within their earlier catalog. They should have stopped while they were ahead, because your plan has pretty much run out of ideas for everything. Calder, finally regard obstacle. It's representative of the short-lived time post-Renaissance, where rubbish marauders would take to what was known as a litter cruiser and plunder the then unwanted depths of the ocean to try and keep the seas free of waste and toxin. Aww, that's really nice. This is a really good planet. However, this proved to be rather difficult due to the terrifying sea monsters and deformed Luci who had all too soon decided to acquire a taste for blood. There were so many casualties that the operation had to be shut down in its entirety. Said instead opting to move all of your planet's trash to the Black Moon from then on. Oh jeez. That's sad. Also, this hole is a nightmare to put in properly because of the sails, but that is only on the off chance your first pick swing lands here. Coder, message Oculus. You would bet your soul on him messaging you first before you would ever think to speak to him of your own free will. And what do you know? There he is. He leaves you, and I have the pauses. Heck. And back. Boop. I literally have this and the next page until I'm done. So that was a bad time thing, but he leaves you and yet still has the audacity to speak to you as if nothing ever happened, as if he never said anything. All of that, especially without a great intervention, has left you more than a little bitter at his presence. He's pathetic, and yet you know exactly what he wants, but you aren't going to give it to him. Coder, fetch laptop. Whoa, what? You open up your Rolodex modus. This is primarily used by pretty much anyone on the higher end of the corporate business because of how easy it is to manage their belongings. Nobody at the top leaves their hive without it. You've had years since you were young, and such have learned all the pro strategies to get what you need as quick as possible. The modus alphabetizes anything capsuled within it to the precise description, and all you have to do is simply flip to the card in the order you desire to retrieve the needed items. You need your clubs, which you have in a bag, so the modus recognizes it as a bag of clubs. You quickly scan for the B set of cards. You need your table, which you use for your laptop. Yes, you use a table so you can stand while you're using your laptop. You aren't going to sit on the ground and get disgusting. You think about that to yourself as you fly by to your portable laptop table under the P set of cards, as well as taking your preferential golf ball and a card under while you're there. Lastly, you need your laptop, so you quickly fire your way back up to the O set of cards and lands neatly on the table as planned. God, you're good. Let's see if we can spot all that. He didn't do anything with the card though. With the ball, I mean. So, no. Oh well. Well, this is just getting... I think I keep saying this every time, but just is getting better and better. Like, seriously, that elevator animation had like the smoothest, well, animation. Seriously, I'm really looking forward to more. Well, and I'm currently halfway through all the pages out right now. The end of Act 2 should definitely be out by the time I get to it, but but for now, thank you for watching. I'm gonna see if I can get an episode of Hexane out too, because those are easy to record. Like, they're not as long. But thank you for watching, and goodbye.